Welcome to TMIN, Motivational Audio Series. These sessions are taken from the book The Power of Wisdom by Dr. Douglas. We will seek to bring to you the common understanding of wisdom and its practicality from a biblical and secular point of view. It is intended to awake your consciousness of the limitations you may have placed on yourself, which is the factor for where you are in life today. Here is part 1 on the subject. The power of wisdom.
I have often heard folks say, "Doug, you are a wise man." Often my response is, "And so are you." The only difference between us is that I may have paid attention to ordinary things, their composition and function, while you may have overlooked it. Everything in life is mechanically created to function or manifest according to the designer or creator. Without wisdom behind the creation, the creator's vision is null and void. Look around you, everything is designed with an intended purpose. That purpose was developed within the chambers of one's thoughts and works its way into what is called ideas. Ideas are the pre-functionality of that thought. Within that progression of its structure is where the imagination takes over and allows one to see everything in its culmination. Like a photo roll in the canister in need of processing, so also is the imagination in need of wisdom for its manifestation. When you magnify the picture, you will see how common wisdom is and its attainability to everyday living. For a thief or robber to carry out their mission, effectively they had to use their imagination, and that is how their mission will be carried out. That is called wisdom. However, there is a flip side, and it is called the canvas of the law. This is where wisdom requires a balance. Evil and good do not walk on the same rope. You have to love one and hate the other. By day's end, the equation and the method are what would be considered accountable.
If you will dissect the word wisdom, you cannot help but run into this understanding: wise and dome. This would mean, therefore, everything that a person think and do will affect their life positively at the outcome as long as they remain under that dome or umbrella. Here are some of my traits to be able to make wisdom applicable to my daily life. 1. The backup plan. As a tradesman, when needing a tool or machine for a project, I never focus on having only one, but instead purchase two, even though it may not be needed at the moment for the job assignment. Someone once asked, "What if you never have the cause to use it?" My reply was simple. In life, when you are dealing with imperfection, you cannot rely on what the advertiser says about their product. The reality also is that I never purchase two of the same type of tool or machine from the same manufacturer. Because of this principle, I have rescued myself from many delays in finishing on my assigned projects. 2. Positioning the mirror. If the passenger has a better rear view than you, the driver, that would indicate that there is no vision of what's taking place behind you. The one you are carrying depends on your safety, not the other way around. A true leader possesses the gift of foresight, insight, and hindsight. To fight your Jericho battles and cross your Jordan rivers of life, without these navigational gifts, your effort is useless. It is very strange that very seldom in leadership the hindsight aspect is never quite considered as an important navigational tool to their leadership. If you look carefully at the majority of the modern leadership of today, the understanding that when serving in this position, there is a trail that follows their administrative path. That can cause someone to receive help or lead them astray. Leadership is not for everyone. To be able to serve effectively in this capacity, one must be instinctively gifted with the ability to coordinate what's ahead with what's inside and what is behind. This gift or ability is of paramount importance for wisdom to be manifested. 3. The coordination. One of the greatest requirements needed to give justice to wisdom is coordination. Understanding this word can sometimes be misinterpreted, so I will start by making references. For example, the drummer. In my opinion, it takes more coordination to play the drums than any other instrument. Every piece that makes up the set has a different sound and purpose of use. Drumming requires you to play the cymbal ride with one hand while playing a different pattern on the snare with the other hand, and at the same time, playing another pattern with your foot on the bass drum, and yet another pattern with your other foot on the hi-hats or another bass drum. Apart from the synchronization of the hands and the feet, the drummer also have to be able to think about what's going on between the four parts while simultaneously reading the music sheet. When you think about it, drummers have 6 different functions going on at the same time. However, it is normally referred to as the 4-way coordination to avoid confusion. It takes more coordination to play the drums than any other instrument in a band. This, unfortunately, is a true representation of one's daily life and how it should be managed. The metaphor of the drummer cannot be more realistic to the cause and reasons why many have missed their rhythm in real life. 4. The timing and synchronization of the juggler. Juggling is a physical skill performed by a juggler involving the manipulation of objects for keeping them in constant motion. Inconsistency is a word that has no appeal to a juggler, even if he does not know exactly what is the next pattern until he gets to that point of inspiration. When he gets to that point of desired change, coordination must proceed in his thoughts to be able to make the transition. It is not when I get there I will decide what moves should I make. Juggling, like a drummer, combines abstract patterns and mind-body coordination pleasingly and in sync. In the sport of juggling, there is a developing pattern of hand-eye coordination in ways that improve reaction time, reflexes, spatial awareness, strategic thinking, and concentration. The harnessing of such abilities with its techniques enforces the functional meaning of wisdom and what it should be in one's everyday life and living.